So I'm trying a little different. I've been doing a lot of WoW videos, kind of like to background stuff, which is really interesting. But I'm gonna try something a little bit different these days, and like just do like a vlog style for a bit and see how that works out. So we just got the patch notes that are coming out for Tuesday, tomorrow. Today is Monday, December 4th. So tomorrow we're gonna get these patches for Antorus. Mythic Antorus is gonna open. Really cool stuff, guys, if you're progressed enough to get into there. If you're not, if you're still working on normal, or you're still progressing through heroic, guys, don't feel bad. A lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are taking their time. They don't want to get burnt out. There's a lot going on, so don't feel bad if you haven't gotten as far as you would have liked to. Just keep pushing, guys. Keep doing your best. As for Unholy specifically, there are literally no changes whatsoever in these patch notes, which is actually really cool because I think we're in a really good place personally. A lot of people I've talked to, a lot of other theory crafters think we're in a really great place. We're really balanced. We're not really OP. We're not really underpowered. We're in a good place. And Antorus has a lot of mechanics that really do work for us well, which is really nice. So we don't have to, sit there and act like, oh, we don't have an immunity, so we're kind of useless. So we kind of get benched a little bit into the raid. But every raid has like a super immunity mechanic that you have to do. And if you don't have an immunity, you're just kind of, and that kind of sucks. But like I said, Antorus has a lot of things that are really nice for us. There are a lot of little mechanics that we can do. There are a lot of things that we can use a lot of our utility on, put dots on, sub dots, move around. There's not a lot of heavy, oh, hey, we got to run across the arena for X, Y, and Z type of stuff either. So it feels a lot better, especially in the instances where we can reach things that a lot of other melee classes generally can't, especially on things like Coven of Shavara, Varamathras, for instance, ENR, things like that. So we're in a really good place, and I think that's a great thing. I would rather not see nerfs. A lot of people think that because you don't get buffs that you're, gonna fall behind or you're not gonna be as good as other classes. Personally, I like to think that if you're in a good place, then you don't really need any changes. And any changes are just to kind of shift people around in that order where people are. So as for buffs and nerfs, I think we're great. I think that's fine. Impressions. I've been through Heroic Antorus up to and including Agrimar. I haven't done Argosy of Maker on Heroic yet. I'm looking to get into there hopefully this week. I don't think I'm going to be getting into Mythic this week, sadly, but I am excited nonetheless. Argosy of Maker on Normal was an absolute treat. If you haven't been there and you haven't seen footage of the fight, it is a visual spectacle. I really feel like the dev team went all out with a lot of the visuals in Antorus. A lot of the effects are really nice, are really amazing and polished. So that in itself is a really, really, really big thing to me. I love polished graphics. I love when a raid has a really good look. And I think Antorus has a really good look. If the story is a little lackluster, a bit, but that's a flavor thing. That's to each his own. But definitely the visuals are definitely top notch on everything. I really love a lot of the fights. I really love a lot of the effects for a lot of the fights. Even some of the trash has some really great effects, and there's some unique trash in there. If you haven't been in there, get in there, at least on LFR this week. Check things out, look around, enjoy the sights and the sounds, really. Outside of that, I think we're doing really well. And I think Antorus is a really great raid. I think it's not the worst place we could possibly be stuck in for the next 6 months or 7 months, to maybe 8 months to a year. I don't think we're going to be in Antorus for a whole year, to be honest. I think Battle for Azeroth is going to drop probably late next summer, early next summer, and then we'll be getting into that kind of stuff then. I've already heard whisperings about beta in January or February, and things like that. So I don't think we're going to be waiting terribly long for Battle for Azeroth, if you're excited for Battle for Azeroth. I'm really excited for Battle for Azeroth, even though there isn't a lot of Death Knight-y stuff to go around, and the allied races aren't going to be allowed to be Death Knights, at least most of them, especially the ones that I'm interested in, which kind of sucks, but I don't really want to make a second Death Knight anyway, I guess. What I would have liked to race change to one of the new races, probably Nightborn. You guys know I love elves. Elves are awesome, especially the Nightborn. Suramar was my favorite part of Legion so far. Everything about Suramar, the story, the Civil War storyline, everything was just really, really felt top notch. It was some of the best content, I think, in Legion, because I love solo quest content. But beyond that, I want to talk a little bit more about kind of just the nature of where we're headed. I don't think we're slated for a lot of changes for Battle for Azeroth. I think we're gonna come into the beta and come into the expansion very much in the same place that we are now. I don't know how the devs feel about Dark Arbiter, but I think it might stay a centerpiece of our spec for a while. If we're lucky, I would like to see a sort of like a redesign. If I had to choose, I would want a redesign that's centered more around diseases and disease utility, more so than the kind of minion-based gameplay that we've seen a lot of here in Legion. We've been really focused on Dark Arbiter for a couple of patches. The entire tier 20 bonus was about army, was about apocalypse, was about ghouls, was about having more minions, more, you know? So I would really like to see us move a little bit towards more of being a master of diseases than, you know, just kind of a master of a bunch of pets. But that's just me. So there's that. Other than that, you know what I really want to see? I really want to see an expansion where, yes, we're not the focus, but we get some interesting story. I liked our story in Legion, but it doesn't feel like it plays very well with the theme of the new expansion either. In Legion, we kind of went around and, you know, did a lot of stuff, and we talked to a lot. We riled up a lot of the factions, and we made people mad, and we, you know, as Death Knights, I'm talking about, really. The Death Knight storyline was a lot about pissing people off. It was a lot about, you know, raising revered heroes from the dead, going around and basically just offending everyone. And I don't see how that plays very well with a wide scope faction conflict like what we're looking at with Battle for Azeroth. It really othered, like the Legion storyline really othered the Death Knights, and I'm not sure, I don't see how that kind of just goes away. And that's a problem for me story-wise, because it's gonna get swept under the rug, I feel like, and that worries me personally. I hate when things get swept under the rug, especially storyline things. Outside of that, I'm glad to be back. I've been in a kind of a slump, I'll admit. I haven't been making any videos for a couple of months. I had a lot going on. But I'm gonna try this kind of new format for a while and see how this works out for me. I'm gonna be doing some of the old traditional videos too, a lot of theory crafting stuff. There isn't much theory to go around right now, especially because of the fact that, like, there haven't really been any changes to Death Knights, especially Unholy. There have been a little bit of changes to Frost, but, you know, you guys know Frost really isn't my bag. But like I said, there isn't much theory to go around right now. So in the future, I'll be doing a little bit of a mix of what this is, and then if you guys don't, you know, hate it, just let me know in the comments, or, you know, you can always drop me an email at viceversa@gmail. You can always find me there, guys. I'll still be doing the Wowhead guide. I have been updating it as much as I can, and keeping up with that as best I can. So it is updated now, guys. So if you want to go and take a look, you can. You can check out Maxway's guide too. There's always a link to that in the description, along with the Wowhead guide as well. So you guys can go and check that out at your leisure. All right. Don't feel pigeonholed into any given guide, guys. Icy Veins, Maxway's, my guide at Wowhead. Look at everything. Get a broad scope picture, and then figure out what works for you, guys. That's what I want for all of you. You can check me out on Patreon. I'm still up there. I mean, like I said, I wasn't making videos for a while, so I understand if you guys, kind of didn't want to subscribe or were hesitant to subscribe and things like that. But check me out there. Check me out on Patreon, WordPress, everywhere. I'm all over the place. I'm on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming again. Starting probably this week. I'm probably going to stream all my raids, and you guys can check me out there. All right. Peace out. It's good seeing everybody. Thanks again. I'm going to leave you guys with the outro.